All right, you ready to talk with Mr. Wyatt,
Yeah,
the
I'm ready.
Cowboy Whiskey Adventures? You ready, Wyatt? Give me a thumbs up. All right, he's ready. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys. How are you doing, Mr. Wyatt?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Yeah, good. Oh,
Miss-
how do
Miss-
I? Okay, hang on one second, Wyatt. We've got a serious
That's
problem
really
here.
loud.
Yeah, I don't know where
Like I
that's.
hear him also boo-doo.
I don't know where that's coming from either. Major zero. Holy shit. I've been drinking since 2 p.m. and may not make it to the end. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate that, Adam. Hope you're doing well.
Fix the sound.
I don't know how to fix that. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know. We have a weird audio issue when people super chat. So I'll have to fix it on the next thing. So, Wyatt, what do you want me to call you? Cowboy Adventure? Cowboy Wyatt? What am I calling you?
Wyatt's fine.
Huh?
Wyatt's fine.
Wyatt. Okay. So, did you watch the intro?
Absolutely.
Did you notice anything about the intro that we got wrong when we hung out the other day?
I did. I noticed I shouldn't have gave up so quickly at the end there.
So Wyatt and I'll probably post it on Patreon. By the way, Wyatt just joined the Patreon. Thank you so much. We got Whiskey Wisdom Patreon. Hop in there. You have to. There you go. You have to join. Pay to join, but we've got billing pause at the moment, so you pay to get in, and then you won't have to pay for a while. Thank you, Wyatt, for joining. We saw you join today. But we talked for probably like an hour yesterday and played Berserk. We had a lot of fun together, and somehow I thought that I had lost the game. And then when I was editing the video, I was like, son of a bitch, I actually won. So there you go. So I guess you owe me 4 handies or whatever the hell you said, handshakes.
Okay, so in my world, sir, this is a handshake.
Okay, I've never heard that term. I love how he's got the baker one. That's amazing.
I like the term though.
Yeah, I've never heard that before, ever. I've never heard. I mean, I know what a handshake is. I know what a handy is, but I've never heard a handshake as like a little thing like that. So, anyways. All right, there you
That's all
go.
good.
We learn new things every day.
We do. I'm still learning new shit. All right, I got a little intro here. Well, ChatGPT's got a little intro here. You ready? So buckle up. You know, it's already starting off cheesy. Because we got a real treat today. Here with us is none other than Wyatt from Cowboy Whiskey Adventures, the YouTube channel where a 50-something Texan, I assume you put that in your About Me because somehow ChatGPT
Hopefully
figured
got the
that
right
out.
age.
Now stationed in Washington, thanks to Uncle Sam, drives headfirst into the world of whiskey like it's his personal gold rush. Not only does he explore the spirits that make you either want to hug your bottle or throw one out the window. Good Lord, I didn't realize this intro was this long. But he's an
How
old.
do you not notice?
I'm
It's
halfway
literally
through.
like this
Hey,
thick.
look, listen, I'm halfway through. It's all good. But he's an old school gamer. I'm literally halfway through. Wyatt's on a mission.
Show's over.
All right,
We just finished a
all
paragraph.
right, I'm gonna skip a bunch of this. So let's raise. Here we go. I'm gonna skip to the end. So let's raise our glasses. And I can't believe. Why didn't you say anything, Wyatt? How long
Good
this was?
Lord, we're
Hey,
gonna-
man, you're the guy that wrote it. I just read the thing.
And welcome Wyatt to the show, where we'll explore whiskey, gaming, and probably a few tall tales from his Texas roots. So cheers to you, Wyatt. Appreciate you hopping on here, buddy. All right. How's your day been? I assume up in Washington, y'all, are you getting snow? Is it cold? Like, what's the weather there like?
Wet and cold.
Okay. All right.
I'm
What?
not saying anything.
Yeah. Please don't say
No.
anything. All
No,
right.
it's a whole Twilight thing.
That's a Twilight thing? Oh, you
I
and
didn't say
Twilight.
moist. I said wet.
Oh my God, dude! You and Twilight. I don't know what it is with you and Twilight.
Continue.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got here. I don't know how detailed you want to get into it, but I'll just lob that over to you to go whichever path you want to take. Tell us about your journey into WhiskeyTube, my friend.
All right. So first, I just want to say thank you for the questions free. But I took my homework seriously, and I actually typed out some crap.
Oh my
So-
God, dude! You wrote 20 times
You
more than I wrote
guys
for
are
the
like,
intro.
are you guys like
Here's-
brothers, or like from a different mother or something?
That's how long my intro was. So Wyatt's got more than me. All right, so I guess let me just get a seat and sit down while you answer this then.
Hey, no problem.
All right.
Well, originally I'm from a small town in Texas. It's 42 miles north of Amarillo. It's a town called Dumas.
Like
So,
dumbass?
it's pretty popular. You know it, right? You've heard the song. Have you heard the song?
Oh, is this like? Are you
Ding
gonna try
Dong Daddy
to?
from Dumas, Texas?
Are you gonna try to make me sound something or say something dumb?
What?
Is it like?
By Bob Wills, and the Texas Playboys. You never heard that song?
I don't know anything what you're talking about. The Texas Playboys. Are you serious? What is happening? No, I don't know. The Texas Playboys? Is this like some? Is this some like boy band from
Straight into the
1940?
Army. I did about 6.5 years in the Army, and then I did 2 years reserves. I got out here at the wonderful Fort Lewis in Washington State, and then I started the job that I'm at now, and I've been in law enforcement now for a little over 25 years. I got into the whole whiskey and bourbon thing just mostly to be like social with the guys. It was just something to talk about. I heard people talking about top shelf and bottom shelf, and I'm like, I've drank beer most of my life. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. So, I'll give you an example. The only really experience that I'd had with whiskey to this point was with my grandfather. So we called him K Crouch was his name. His actual name was Kingston, but everybody called him K. But he worked hard every day. He would come home, and my grandma would have, his glass ready with ice in it. And there was this brown paper bag that was underneath the sink, and something would go into the glass. And then, of course, as a kid, I saw him pour soda in there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, Coke. Who doesn't love Coke, right? Well, I'd always ask him, say, hey, can I have a drink? Can I have a drink? And he'd, oh, no, 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 no. Well, one day he let me.
Uh-huh.
That was a mistake. I thought that was the nastiest thing I ever tasted in my entire life. I was like, man, you gotta throw that Coke out. It's bad.
Oh, that's bad.
So that was my initial experience with whiskey, and
Shock to the system.
that was actually Jim Beam. So to this day, I cannot stand the taste of Jim Beam.
Are you sure it wasn't like Drano that was under the sink or something, and you just thought it was Jim Beam?
Oh no, I remember that bottle very well.
Okay, and it wasn't like blue and had like a little drain catcher in it or anything? Because what did you say it was? Jim Beam? Jim Beam doesn't have any of that kind of stuff on it, so just a
Correct.
heads up. Okay, all right.
I graduated the 3rd grade. I can read.
Fair enough. It's either going to look brown bags under the sink from your grandfather. They're either Playboys or liquor. Like that's what it's going to be. So I mean, either way, it was a win. Okay, so I don't know how to like present this as a question. You have a saying, a unique saying on your videos.
I do.
So maybe you can, and you said it on the stream where we're hanging out too. I'll post it on Patreon. So maybe you can talk about where that came from, what it means, what sentimental value behind it is, and tell everybody about what it is. That's the best way I can phrase that.
I always end all my videos and with the same saying, and it's "We'll see you in the daylight." So that actually came about, and it took me a long time to actually realize this, that my dad said that to me years and years ago. And I work in an area to where I'm on the radio a lot. So I have to do radio checks to make sure everybody's radios are working and stuff like that. And at the end of my radio checks, I used to always end with like, hey, have a safe shift, be safe out there. Just something along those lines. And it always sounded a little corny to me. So I was like, I got to come up with something better than that. And then one night it just came out. I'm like, hey, and remember, as always, we'll see you in the daylight.
There you go.
And I never really thought anything about it. At that time, I worked the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, so the graveyard shift. And I wasn't really thinking about it. My wife, Liz, and our daughter was young at the time, so she would work the swing shift, which was 3 to 11, and then 11 to 7 was my shift. Well, our daughter was young, and I would have to drive to work with my daughter, and then my wife would get relieved and come out and take her, and then I'd have to run in.
Okay.
So one night I actually didn't make it in as quickly as I wanted to. So I went through my radio checks, and I was a little flustered. I hadn't had everything sent out like I normally have it. And I was just like, all right, have a good night, be safe. And I actually got phone calls from people. And they were like, hey, you got to redo that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you got to redo that. You didn't say it. I'm like, are you seriously? So that's kind of how it came about. And thinking about it over time, it's just kind of come across as my way of saying, hey, listen, we're all we got here. So by me saying we'll see you in the daylight, that's like me saying, hey, get home safe. We got somebody safe at home waiting for you. Whether you're, in law enforcement, or you're driving a truck, or, you just go to work at Safeway as a grocery store clerk or something like that. By me saying that, that's just my little saying to you or anybody else out there that hears it, that, hey, there's somebody at home waiting for you. So they want to see you in the daylight. So make sure you make it home safe.
Oh, I like that. That's nice. I like that. There you go. Yeah. Cool. All right, I like that. I'll do a little cheers on that.
That's awesome.
You can't hear that, Wyatt, but everybody else can. So all of us suckers, we have to go bourbon hunting. Yeah, look, he's aggressively looking at his sheet, wondering what the hell question this is, because this is
this wasn't on the sheet, dude.
Yeah, this isn't on the sheet. This wasn't planned. All of us suckers have to go bourbon hunting, like a bunch of plebs. Do you just get to go into like an evidence room and just browse all the confiscated bourbon and be like, I'm taking this tonight? Is that something you have access to?
No, because
I think it's kind of illegal.
Should we maybe end the stream talking about that off?
It's kind of frowned upon.
No privileges like that, sir. But I do know people who actually work on the liquor control board.
Yeah, see, like a pappy that's got a little bit of blood splatter on it. You're like, I can clean that off,
Blood splatter on a bottle.
So what's the liquor control board? What do they have access to?
So the Washington State Liquor Control Board is basically, they go to liquor stores and make sure that they're not selling to underage people, that they're actually abiding by Washington state law.
Okay.
So, and they're all over the place all the time. They're checking, and not just that, but it's also the Liquor and Cannabis Board. So not only the liquor,
what a mix.
but the cannabis stores as well.
Okay, gotcha. So you have a whole bunch of fun shelves in the evidence room then, I guess. Depends on whatever mood you're in for that Saturday night.
Oh, no. It's illegal for an officer.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so look.
Clearly, he's not an officer.
No. Listen.
I'm
educating myself. I'm just look.
Like
this is all hypothetical. I'm just asking questions. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so you already know my favorite game on the Atari 2600. On your website, you mentioned you grew up as you're a big gamer. You mentioned the Atari 2600 specifically. Was that just something where you started? Did you like get into that system heavily enough to have a favorite game, or what's your favorite like old school retro game? I guess I'll ask it that way.
Galaxian and Missile Command.
Oh, those are both great games.
I didn't have an Atari. So
now, Missile Command with the rollerball or the joystick?
Both.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it started out with the rollerball with Pong, remember?
Yeah, of course it did. Yeah, I remember.
I am so lost right now.
You know what Pong is?
I've heard of it. I didn't have an Atari.
You don't know the two paddles?
I know it. I've heard of it. I didn't have it.
You don't know what the Texas Playboys are? Idiot. Jeez.
I can't believe you never heard of that song before.
Never. Dude, I'm not huge in the country, so I assume it's a country song. Or a country band.
So, do you remember the song from the Jungle Book, The Bare Necessities?
Yes, I know that song. Yes.
Donkey Kong and Tempest are excellent games, Scotty.
The gentleman who sung that song actually did a remake of the Ding Dong Daddies from Dumas, Texas.
Oh, okay.
You would probably like that version better than the one that
okay. All right, fair enough. I'm just going to not ask any more questions going
other than the questions on the paper.
Right. So what like inspires you to do like your whiskey related content on your channel?
See, now you're gonna make me look through my notes.
Do it, brother.
Because you're not in order. You're changing it up on me.
I'm in pretty good order here. Oh, Pitfall. God, that was an awesome game. That was such a great game too.
Pitfall, Defender.
Yeah, Pitfall in the 7800 was better though, and Coleco was better too. Or excuse me, the Commodore.
I want to show people that whiskey and bourbon, spirits in general, can be shared with family and friends in a positive way. It doesn't have to be negative because, there's a lot of people out there that call people like us drunks, alcoholics, things like that. All the bad words. That's not true. You can have a good time responsibly, right? Yeah. You can actually go out and spend an evening with your friends and take a taxi or an Uber or a Lyft home, and it's going to cost you way less. Take it from someone who knows, way less than what an attorney's going to cost you if you get pulled over for a DUI.
Yeah.
Or other things.
So not only that, all the troubles that you're going to get. And the cool thing about it is that a bottle or a certain brand can remind you of a time when you shared it with someone. You can take a bottle, like, I'll just take this I'm going to jump kind of ahead on the question, but our blend event that we were in.
Oh, what place did you come in, by the way?
I was in the Elite Eight.
Oh, okay. So you didn't make it to the Final Four? All right, cool.
Stop rubbing it in.
Okay.
You beat me.
I just wonder where you play. I didn't know. I just was asking. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I know. But okay, here's my bottle. This is all I have left from the blend event.
Okay.
Right? This one.
Yep.
But that will always remind me of my first blend event. I mean, I got to do that with Baker Drinks, with Troy and Laura, and I had a fantastic time watching them here. I got to meet Troy for the first time the other day, and Bourbon Hunter Lee. Two absolute, just super cool guys, awesome to hang out with, and I really enjoyed it. But that bottle right there, even if I refill it with something else, is going to remind me of them.
Yeah.
You can have a special bottle that you open up for like a family reunion, or say just with your best friend, and then come back to that bottle later on with that same person.
Yeah.
It's like one of the, I can't think of his name, but it's a little, he has a channel. It's called Whiskey is a Journey.
Yeah. Yep.
And it truly is. I mean, if you make it that way, it can be a journey. You can enjoy it, just like hanging out with you guys tonight, having a pour, talking about things that we all enjoy, and just having a good time.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, the Bakers are amazing, and that's really cool. I have not met Troy yet in person, so I'm a little envious. You got to meet him in person.
I was gonna say, you must be like,
Yeah, is he really I heard he's like 3 feet tall. Is he really super short? That's just.
Oh, I got a picture. We're about the same height.
Oh, he has a picture.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, I think I've seen that picture with Bourbon Baller Lee. Yeah, okay, I've seen that picture. That's a really good picture, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, so to make you a little vulnerable here, and then just throw you out there, who's on your Whiskey Tube subscriber list?
Oh,
be honest. Be honest.
I am.
Don't.
Because I can say this. I have Baker Drinks, Northwest Bourbon, Bourbon Junkies, WhiskeyWisdom, Metalhead Whiskey Snobs.
That's
some
amazing.
Good shit. Whiskey is a Journey, the Bruzel, the Blue Whiskey, Whiskey Row ADHD Whiskey, Whiskey Bonded, and Beyond the Row.
Okay, what was the metal one? Metalhead what? Metalhead Bourbon?
Metalhead Whiskey Snobs.
Metalhead. You got to text me that. I've not heard of them.
Because they're in their 50s.
Like we all are.
The dark,
when did you become 50?
black hair, long, like metalhead hair, and they crack me up. They're very into it, like y'all are. I love watching.
WV Bourbon Guy Mikey says, it's an awesome journey, but an expensive journey. I totally agree.
Especially if you live in Washington State.
Yeah, so I've heard. I don't have to experience the 21 or whatever % tax y'all have. That's pretty rough.
The luxury tax.
Yes. It's the luxury of living in such a beautiful state where it's cold and wet all the time. Your words, not mine.
It's true.
Okay, so you're pretty big on TikTok. What's your favorite social media platform?
TikTok by far.
Okay. Next question. In one of your videos, you mentioned going to the Glacier Gun Club, which also has a speakeasy. How they thought that going to a gun range and being like, hey, this is a great place for people to drink. I'm curious about that. How do you find integrating your love for whiskey with other hobbies like shooting?
Well,
and how the hell did the Glacier Gun Club decide to put... How did they even get approved for a liquor license at a gun range? That blows my mind.
People.
It was the first one. They were actually on, I think it was like NBC News years ago. And it's in Olympia, Washington, and a lot of people have no clue it's there. I didn't even have a clue it was there until my buddy Desert Vinny took me there. Okay. And I was like, what in the... Because it was a liquor store. And then on the inside of the liquor store is the actual gun club. Now, they have very specific rules, of course.
I'm sure they do.
Any alcohol before you fire, but afterwards, if you want to go sit in the speakeasy and have a pour and talk about your day, then you can. And in our line of work, sometimes you just have a bad day. You go there, you blow off a few 100 rounds, and then when you're done, you go sit down and you have a drink. And it's easier sometimes, in my opinion, to talk to a close coworker or a friend about a situation that you were in that day or something bad. It's a little easier. So I kind of incorporate it like that. I don't have that same issue because my wife works the same place that I do, and she's not only a coworker, but she is my best friend. So it's a lot easier to talk to her.
The best part is Wyatt can't hear that. So you did a video. You can go back and watch on the replay, and you'll laugh. You did a video, and this cracked me up. I did a lot of research on your channel, and you are new. So just so everybody knows, by the way, I've got Wyatt's channel pinned at the top of the chat, so please go check out his channel. Click on the link and go subscribe or check out his videos. If you still want, he's new to whiskey. I think you even in your about thing, you said, I've been a beer drinker and I'm now switching into whiskey. He's grown up a little bit. That's good. But you did a video where you were reviewing, not this one in particular, but you've got like the super special one that I don't have. Yeah, there it is.
Fancy box.
But it made me laugh so hard. By the way, if you want to share a pour with me, I wouldn't mind drinking some with you. I love this bottle. He pours a Glen, and he does this. He goes, a lot of people have been asking me what my favorite... Was it bottom shelf? Hang on. Was it bottom shelf?
Bottom shelf.
Yeah, bottom shelf. He goes, a lot of people have been asking me what my favorite bottom shelf whiskey is, and let me tell you, I've been thinking about it, and he does this. He goes... And he goes, woo! God, that's spicy. That's so... And he's fucked. He never goes back to the question. He just talks about the single barrel proof rye for the next 30 minutes. And I'm like, how are you going to leave us hanging like that? What the hell is that? So what the hell? Man. I know, yeah. So are you going to do a follow-up video, or can you tell us all what the hell your favorite bottom shelf video or bottle is? I was a little disappointed. I was like, is he going to say what it is? Like, what is going on?
I could tell in the question that that upset you a little bit. So first of all, I apologize to you for that.
You couldn't sleep all night.
That also lets you know that that's some damn good whiskey.
I'm drinking it if you want to drink it with me. I'm getting some chocolate in it this time.
I got a few criteria for my bottom shelf. Okay. One, it has to be under $30, and then I say 30 because I live in Washington State. Otherwise, it would be like 20, right?
Okay.
It has to be readily available, which means I can go into any store and get it at any time. Find it on pretty much any shelf, okay? And it has to be at least in a minimum of a 750 milliliter bottle.
Okay. Why the just curious, why the 750?
Because I'm not going to waste my time on 375.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So are you going to answer it, or are you just giving the criteria and we'll just see a video one day? Oh, here we go. He's looking. I swear, if he pulls up Rich and Rare Reserve, Rusty's going to freak the fuck out. Oh, okay. All right. You guys and your Texas whiskey, man. Listen, I haven't found a Texas whiskey that I'm in love with yet. I just haven't. So maybe you need to send me some. Maybe
Or
send
maybe
me
you
some
need to take a
handies or
road
something.
trip and all go to Texas.
Yeah.
PX whiskey, and I would have to go with Early Times bottled in bond.
That's a great bottle. Now, look, there's some people in the chat that are going to ask the black cap or the new cap. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I've never had the black cap, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I will send you a little sample of it, and you can do a blind, and you
You're
let
gonna
me
send
know
me
what
a
you
handy?
think. I will send you a handy, a virtual handy. Now, listen, Frey Ranch is sort of known through WhiskeyTube as being like a barn floor, horse hoof, poop smelling whiskey. In your Frey Ranch video, he disagrees. Listen, I have a whole shelf of Frey Ranch that I regrettably have purchased. I regrettably purchased.
Frey Ranch.
Listen, it's what solidified your loss. I guarantee it. So in that video, you mentioned how that was where you started talking about your transition from beer to whiskey. So like, what caused that? Did you just see somebody do it? Did you watch some Yellowstone and watch some cowboys throw down some drams, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to be a cowboy. I'm from Texas. Like, how did that happen?
That's hurtful.
Why is that hurtful? You're literally wearing a cowboy hat. You're from Texas. Have you been watching, what is it called? Landman?
Of course.
Have you been, dude, is that not the best fucking show ever?
It cracks me up. Every time I watch episode, I laugh.
We can't wait for Sunday nights just so we can see the next episode.
I fucking love that show. I love that. We both started watching it, and every episode I laugh. It's so great. I love that show. All right, go ahead. So how did you do the transition?
Transition from beer to whiskey? Is that what you mean? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't know where else you were going with that, but yes.
Well, hey. Man, here, hold on a second.
What is happening?
Here, hold it back.
Yeah. I'm so glad your hand was empty when you reached down like that. Okay. Because we are live.
No, I don't care.
Clearly.
I know you don't care. It's my channel.
Tell RJ that.
I have learned from my days of gaming live, people are either going to like you or they're going to hate you. And if they hate you, but they still come to your channel, it means that they secretly like you, but they would never tell you that to your face.
They like me. They really like me.
There you go.
Right?
As long as people are talking about you, you're still relevant, right?
Right. Like
Good
the Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Indifferent.
That's right. That's right. All right. So how did you decide to get into it? Like, what happened?
So, to be honest with you, it was. Everybody had talked about whiskey all the time. I hear people, hey, I love this, I love that. I'm a huge Blanton's fan, or Elmer T. Lee, or Old Forester, or Angel's Envy, and all the different things that they talk. And I'm like, the only whiskey I've ever had I thought tastes like crap. Well, my wife and I were in Vegas on our getaway, our adult getaway, and she had bought tickets for us to see none other than the king himself, George Strait. And we were waiting to go see the concert. We were sitting at a slot machine and we were playing and we got into a bonus. Well, we ended up winning a jackpot. So this machine went off and went nuts and people were around us and lights and all kinds of crap. And I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Well, the waitress comes up to me and she goes, sir, would you like a drink? And I'm like, you know what? I want an old fashioned. I've heard people talk about those all the time. I want to try that. So we're waiting to get our hand pay, not a handy, our hand pay.
You are in Vegas.
And, the lady brings the old fashioned to me and she says, hey, I had the bartender make this with a top shelf whiskey called Blanton's. I was like, okay. That's what she said. And anyway, I tried it and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. My wife and I went to the concert. we came back. We went back to the New York where we were staying, and we started playing the slot again, and I ordered another one. And I got it, but it wasn't as good. And I'm like, what in that? So I went over to the bartender and I actually asked him, I said, well, this is old fashioned, but it's not like the one I had earlier tonight. And I said, what did you make it with? And he goes, well, I made it with this. And he just held up a bottle of Wild Turkey.
Wait, that explains it. Hang on a second. Sean, have a good night, brother. I appreciate you hopping in here for a little bit. All right, go ahead. So Wild Turkey. Look, it's hard to ruin an old fashioned, but I guess Wild Turkey might be able to do that. I think 101's okay in an old fashioned though. But all right, go ahead.
I do like Wild Turkey 101. I do, and I like the Wild Turkey rare breed. But it just said Wild Turkey on the bottle. I remember that. And that got to me thinking, hey, there's something to this top shelf, bottom shelf. And so that's when I got into it. I started learning more about it and just kind of took off from there.
You know what I would recommend you do if you were to have any advice for me at all? Like, at all.
Got some salt with that.
So I have two recommendations that I wish I had done when I started my whiskey channel. And you're early, so you can maybe take advantage of this, okay? Record some videos, and as painful as it is, don't post them, okay? Get out some whiskey, taste it, go through it, review it, talk about it. Don't post it. In a year, do it again. And see, this is old Wyatt. This is new refined tongue Wyatt. Do it again and compare like old and because I'm telling you right now, like my old reviews, I look at that and I'm like, I like that now. I don't know why I hated that before. And so it's interesting to see the contrast of like an evolution into like Whiskey Tube. That's my advice. I don't know. I think that'd be fun to see. Like you don't see a lot of people who have old stock footage that they never released and kind of compare things. I think that would be kind of fun. I don't know. Anyways.
Do that.
There you go. All right. Where are we at here? Let's see. So live shows.
I'm not watching it, Ryan.
You did a test. What did Ryan say? Thank God why I can't see the Texas football game right now. Oh no.
I don't even want to
know. I saw you do like your first test stream the other day. So you gonna be doing some live soon?
I am actually. Yeah, I've been wanting to do them. I was gonna do it over at the bar and. Just getting everything set up over at my bar is a little bit more difficult. So I'm like, I'm going to start out on the PC over here. So I've got a little bit of a setup here. As you can see, It's anything fantastic, but it's a nice little background. Not bad.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the little Mario bomb. Old Matt likes drinking neat. New Matt likes drinking with an ice fall. Yes. Vogelsang has converted half a whiskey tube into ice. And I've got a craft ice maker refrigerator. I don't know how to say that.
I was wondering why you were starting that again, because I'm not an ice.
Because of Vogelsang. Vogelsang's got me into ice.
I still am not into ice.
Can you go in that freezer? Can you grab that bag?
I'm still like...
It's not the bag with green stuff in it. We have a cop on the show. Don't grab that bag. Grab the other baggie. Don't worry about that, Wyatt. This is thanks to Vogelsang. I've started my craft ice collection.
Those are ice, made of water.
It's not weed. It's all ice. It's all legit. I promise. So listen, I'd love that when you do some lives. Let me know. I'd love to come support you and hang out. I love being on live shows. So, and if there's anything you need for help or anything,
you got to ring the bell.
Anybody in Whiskey Tube can help you out. We've all gone through lots of pains of live shows, so. We're all here for you. We're all rooting for you. Just ask any one of us, the Bakers, me. I don't think Sean's done any lives yet. A lot of us have done lives, so we can definitely help you out with any issues. All right, is there anything we haven't talked about that you'd like to share?
You know, I thought about this a lot, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to do it anyway. Enjoy your whiskey. Enjoy your bourbon, enjoy your spirits. Just do it responsibly. Please, if you get nothing out of anything else that I say or anything I do on my channel, please don't drink and drive. Don't do it. There are so many people that have lost loved ones because someone who had a drink or two got in their car and thought they were going to drive 2 blocks to their house, and they ended up killing somebody. I know, I get it, but that's me. Please don't do that. That's the biggest.
Yeah.
And Vogel saying he's got it. I think in this day and age, there's so many options. You got Ubers, you've got Lyft, you've got so many
friends.
You've got so many easy ways
Family.
to deal with it now. There's really no excuse at this point, in my opinion.
Take a horse. Shit.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Just rent a horse. Sure.
Our Chick-fil-A in our town, someone saw a person on horseback going through the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That happened.
True
All right, brother.
story.
Tell everybody where they can find you online. Plug all your shit. Plug your socials. Where do you want people to go? Like I said, I've got your YouTube channel pinned at the top of the chat. Please check out Wyatt. He's such a great sport. I'm telling you guys, we did our 10-minute technical test, and I think we talked for an hour.
We did, actually.
I enjoy talking with you. Plug your stuff. Where do you want people to find you at, brother?
So my socials are, I have a website. It's peak73.com at peek73.com. You can find out everything you want to know about me and my journey along this whole whiskey wandering adventure of mine. You can find me here on YouTube at Cowboy Whiskey Adventures and on TikTok at Cowboy Whiskey Adventures. And like I said, I'm new. I am a proud carrying member of the Trash Pallet Army and is it Dumpster Pallet.
I love it. By the way, I love that you called out Troy that he doesn't have any cards yet. He needs his card-carrying trash pallet certificate in his wallet. So I love that you called out. Bourbon Nerd, Life from the Patio, just subbed to Mr. Wyatt. Thank you, Bourbon Nerd. Appreciate that.
Hey, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I hope you had fun. I hope you hang out in the show. We do a bunch of trivia games. We do like a lot of fun. Check it out. I hope you hang around, and then at the very end we'll do a Zoom like after hours. That's when Pookie bails. We hang out, drink a little more. It gets a little more crass after hours when we're not on stream. So hopefully you're around for that. If not, I understand. Rusty just subbed you as well. Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you, Rusty.
Absolutely. But we appreciate you being here. And if there's anything you need from me, you got my cell phone number. Just give me a call, give me a text. And I hope maybe one day we'll be on your live show. Just let us know. I'd love to do that.
That'd be great.
All right, you gonna hang out and chat, or are you gonna bail?
I'm gonna hang out and chat for a little bit, and I'll do my initial sign off. Hey, this is Wyatt with Cowboy Whiskey Adventures saying we'll see you in the daylight. Peace, my friends.
Cheers, Wyatt. Cheers, brother. All right.
Okay.
Wyatt is so great. I love Wyatt.
We gotta do a Pookie story.